Hey Gemini, we're going to do a quick card of the day today because I'm a little bit behind. I didn't get the weekly forecasts up, but I did not want to leave you guys without messages. So this week, I'm going to come on and do a card of the day every single day, a card for each day. And then next week, we'll go back to the weekly forecast formats. But we're going to see what is coming up here for Taurus, Sun, Moon, and Rising. We'll do Venus too in case somebody maybe wants to come back and check their Venus sign if they're a Taurus Venus. I know, February 14th, depending on where you are in the world, some people might be thinking about love. So we'll include that as well. So we have here, maybe some of you are like, you know what? It would have been better if you didn't include Venus. Unless, I don't know, might be good news. But we have the Ten of Swords. I know that this is a card that a lot of people don't like to see, and I'm not saying this to be like overly positive or overly optimistic or be some kind of Pollyanna, but I'm saying this sincerely, truthfully. In my experience, whether I'm pulling cards for myself in my own life or my long-term clients that I've been reading for years and years, one of the things I've noticed is the Ten of Swords tends to come up just before a really massive breakthrough, just before a really massive shift, because we need to keep in mind the Ten of Swords is about karmic cycles being over, like breaking out of soul contracts that no longer serve you, breaking out of past life contracts that no longer serve you. It can be finally once and for all overcoming an addiction, of finally achieving sobriety, in some substance or situation that maybe was really hard for you to achieve in the past. So, Ten of Swords is basically something being done and never going back to it again. Usually, traditionally, something karmic. I've seen also a lot of the times the Ten of Swords come up when you're finally leaving a situation that you didn't know how you were going to get out of it, or you felt really stuck in it. Like a job that you keep trying to leave, but it keeps pulling you back in, or a living situation you keep trying to leave, but you find yourself back there time and time again. And it's bittersweet because, on one hand, this situation was a really big deal for you when you first received it. Maybe it was an answer to a prayer, even. But now you've outgrown it to the point that staying in it is excruciatingly painful, right? Like if you can think back to when you were a little kid and your feet were still growing and you start to outgrow your shoes and you need new shoes and you keep having to squeeze your poor little foot into that shoe that's too small because your parent or guardian hasn't had the chance to go get you shoes yet or didn't have the money for new shoes yet, and you keep trying to put on those shoes that are too small. It's very painful, right? And so it's like you've outgrown the situation, but you keep trying to force yourself in it. And it's painful. It's painful. It's painful. So the Ten of Swords, there's this bittersweet aspect to it. On one hand, you're glad it's over. You're glad you can walk away from it. You're glad that you can be done. On the other hand, you're happy that you don't have to deal with it, right? But you might still have some positive memories, or you might still have some aspects of it that you might think fondly and like miss, right? But this is something that no longer serves you and is becoming more of a hindrance. It's become more of a burden than a benefit. And so now today is the day that a lot of you are able to just nip it in the bud and be done with it once and for all. Okay, you may want to check out your moon sign, your rising sign. It might resonate more. As I said, depending on where you are in the world, it might be Valentine's Day, or maybe Valentine's Day just passed, and so this might be a good time to just kind of see what might be happening here, or what situation you may be dealing with. In terms of your Venus sign, if you want to look into that. Private readings, calendly.com/amethystangelite. Link is in the description if you want to schedule a private reading with me there. I will have another card of the day for you guys tomorrow, and then next week we'll go back to our regular format. I thank you all for watching, liking, sharing, commenting, subscribing. Take care, Taurus. Be well, my dears.